Hello, hello, hello. Happy Saturday. Yep, I am here Saturday evening, actually 5:35, and I just want to go ahead and do this live stream because we have to start breaking this bill into pieces because it's so long. It's almost like 353 pages, okay? Tonight, I am going to do a summary, a little summary, and I have to start with employment base. And because a lot of people have been talking about, we don't talk about legal immigrant, we are actually prioritizing undocumented people. That's not the case. We talk about every situation as it occurs, okay? So, and tonight I am going to talk about this bill. I am going to break this bill into pieces, and I am going to start with employment-based category. Then I'm gonna end with family-based and humanitarian. But remember, family-based, we have talked about it already. Okay, I'm just gonna go to the bill, and the bill is available. As you know, you can read it, Google it. Google it yourself. Sorry, I'm moving. Google it yourself so you can read it for yourself to know what's going on. And please don't forget to comment below, because I'll come back to those comments. Maybe not today, it's Saturday, maybe not tomorrow, it's Sunday. But next week, I'll be coming back to those comments. I have a lot of comments that I have to reply to. You know, as I said, most comments will receive a reply, especially with this bill going on. But first thing first, let me do some housekeeping. What's going on with my firm? Effective March 1st, 2021, I am going to change the phone number because I am changing the services that handle my phone calls because I'm not happy with them. I'm going to change the service. Then the phone number will change as well. I will communicate with you my new phone number starting March 1st, 2021. Okay. Consultation fees, $175 up to 45 minutes. Let me just be clear. I do charge consultation fees. If you've been emailing me, I will tell you that I charge consultation fees. If it's just a simple question, I'll go ahead and answer it. But all case assessment and bunch of questions and you sending me a pretty much a fact statement, like a life story, my friend, I will charge consultation fees. Just be aware of it, okay? So let's get right into it. The bill was introduced, as you all know. It's there for debate, and tonight we will break it into pieces. Remember, we are tracking the bill. Track your bill.B. B stands for Biden, the President of the United States. And let's get right into it. I'm going to start with sharing my screen. Okay, then I'll go with the employment base first. Then we will end with family base and humanitarian visas. Let's get right into it. Sharing, bear with me, sharing my screen. Okay. Okay. This is the summary that I actually made for employment-based visa category. Okay. The first thing first, there is increase. They're going to increase the annual limit of employment-based green card cap from 140,000 to 170,000, meaning 30,000 more per year. Okay. And then they're going to remove the employment base per country cap. So remember, with employment base, they have a country cap. So they want to remove the cap per country. and that will be effective in the year of 2022 and fiscal year of 2022, which starts on October 1st, 2021. Remember, I've talked about this fiscal year when we were talking about budget reconciliation. So basically the fiscal year as far as federal government is concerned start on October 1st. And for this next year, 2022, it's going to start on October 1st, 2021, if this bill passes, okay? Then the percentage from the total proposed 170,000 is allocated as follows. We have the Eb1 category, that's for extraordinary ability people. Actually goes down from 28.6% to 23.55%, which gives 40,035 green card for this category. Okay, then we have the Eb2 category, which is national interest waivers. Again, this one decreases as well. You see, 28.6% to 23.55%. This gives, again, the same number, 40,035 green card. Same as I put it here, same as B1. Then we have the Eb3 category, which is employment based for, I guess, third preferences, okay? And that's for healthcare professional. That actually increases, I guess, because of the COVID-19. So we see a jump from 28.6% to 41.2%, okay? This increases then for 40,000, 40,040 to 70,040, pretty much taking the 70,000 only for one category, okay, the BE3, I guess because of COVID, okay? You see, 10,000 limit to 40,000 per year. So unskilled limit in EB3, they're taking people with no special skills. They're increasing from 10,000 to 40,000. Pretty much, I guess this 40,000 here is going to be unskilled limit in EB3 for unskilled people. Remember, the EB categories for special skills workers, but they are going to take unskilled and jump from 10,000 to 40,000, which is really good. Then you don't have to really have like a special degree to be able to apply in that category, okay? Then we have the EB4 category, which is fourth preferences for religious workers. This one, sorry, this decreases from 7.1% to 5.85% and only give 9,945 green cards, okay? Then we have the EB5 category, similar to EB4. EB5 is the fifth preferences for investors. It's going to be the same as EB4. It actually decreases, okay? And when is this going to be effective? 60 days after the bill is passed. So now we have H1b Visa changes. Really, for this one, I'm not sure if there is a change, because we know with the Trump administration, they have pretty much decided to go to prioritize based on wages. And when Biden came, he didn't change much to it. He just delayed this change until December 31st of 2021. So pretty much with H1b visa, they are still going to prioritize based on wages, okay, offered by the employers. So I don't really see a change unless I misread it. So I don't really see a change in this H1b visa category, employment-based green card. Okay, H4 visa changes. Here there will be a change if this bill passes, because remember when we were talking about aging out of children, we said that H4 visa holders, the dependent of H1b visa, they don't really have pretty much a choice when it comes to aging out. But and then remember I said that this problem is going to be solved if the U.S. Citizenship Act of 2021 passes and becomes law. So this is what we're saying here. The bill says that they will give H4 dependent, both spouse and children, they'll be eligible for employment authorization card, and then they can work in the U.S. And then they have a provision for protecting age out. So basically, if you have if you file for a green card, then the priority date, they'll go with the priority date to determine the age of the child, and then the child age will be forced. Remember we talked about the aging out and how they force ages based on each category. This one, those parents will finally find a solution for the H4 dependent if the bill passes, okay? Then we go to my fellow students. Oh, I love my students because, you know, I've been a student for a very long time in this country. But anyway, we have this team PhD from US University. So basically there will be no cap limit for those people. They have degree in science, technology, engineer, or mathematics from US University, accredited, of course. There will be no cap in annual cap in order for them to apply for green card. That's a major change if the bill passes. And then we have the dual intent for F1 visa applicant. Remember, when you go to the embassy with your F to inquire, basically to ask for a visa to come to the US, they always ask you if you have a dual intent. Are you going there to study, or are you going to come back home? So you always have to tell them, no, I'm going to study. I'll come back home once my study is finished. But right now they're saying with this bill, you do not have to come back adding dual intent to settle in the US. So basically, even if you came for the study, you can in fact stay in the US. Don't have to prove that you do not have dual intent, okay? If this bill passes. Then we have extensions for F1 OPT status with authorization card for green card applicants. So basically, they will be extending in increment of 1 year until you get green card. Remember, if you're on OPT, some people are like to be self-employed when they're on OPT. That's specifically for students. And then most of the students own their own business and they're applying for green card. Remember, this OPT is only valid for 1 year, but now they're saying that they're going to extend it in increment of 1 year until you get a green card. So basically, they're gonna renew it each year until you get your green card. Really good for students if this law passes. And then we have the L1 visa holder changes that for exchange student. They say they're gonna basically they are going to wait for you to get your green card. If you have a I-140 approved, you'll be giving a visa extension with work authorization to continue to working until you get the decision on your green card application. Really good. We never had those provisions before. So that sums up employment-based green card and pretty much legal immigrant in the business category. Okay, that's a summary. It's not everything, but that's a major summary. Okay, if you miss anything, please go back and rewatch it again, and don't forget to comment below. Okay, trust me, I'll come back to it. Okay, let me stop sharing. Yes, I am back. So now we are going to talk about our favorite topic, family-based immigration. Okay, we are going to go straight into family-based immigration because that's what a lot of people are interested in. And but today I wanted to make an exception, just tell my viewers that I do work on employment-based immigration as well. So I'm not just the humanitarian type. I work on businesses, visas as well. Okay, so you know that I can handle your investor visa. I can handle all those H1b visas and H4 and student, of course, and so forth. Let's go to the bill itself. Okay, the bill is available, my friends. You can download it and read it. Good luck. 353 pages. That like you're reading a book. If you're a good reader, you can just skim through it and then get the major points. But let me share the screen, sorry, one more time so we can finish up, because I'm not going to take that long. It's a Saturday, so I know you guys have a lot to do. Let me go to my sharing my screen again. My friend, this is the bill, okay? It was in fact introduced, ready for debate, and the day you're talking about, April 1st, they have to come up with something. And I was thinking about April 15th, the way they told us before, but now we know for sure they're shooting for April 1st. Something has to happen. As far as this entire bill passing, I really doubt. I have a lot of doubt about it, but something will pass. And let's get right into the family thing. I just want to point out some small stuff. So the purpose of this bill, you see, it was introduced in the Congress first session, is to provide an earned path to citizenship, to address the root causes of migration, and responsibly manage the southern border, and to reform the immigrant visa system, and for other purposes. That's the major goal they're trying to achieve. But let's see how it's gonna all play out. I'm hopeful that something will pass, but I cannot guarantee you that the entire bill will pass, okay? Let's get right into it. So we are going to focus on this: the DREAM Act, the American Promise Act, the Agricultural Worker Adjustment Act, and some other stuff. And remember, those things I've already talked about it. I'm not going to go into details. I'm just going to point out something that I have highlighted. Okay. So this bill, remember, we're talking about family-based immigration right now. It says that it's going to be promoting family reunification. That's the goal. But remember, the ban, the Trump proclamation 10042 and 10052 is still in place. It hasn't been lifted yet, but right here, they're talking about promoting family reunification. Come on, man, you need to give us something. You need to lift that ban if you're really promoting family reunification, and some of those backlog. So really, you just have to show us some steps already. Okay, that's really I'm just addressing to those people. So they say this is about humanitarian visa. I've never talked about a lot about those U visa, T visa, but I have talked a lot about VAWA. Next time I'll talk about T and U visa, so you just know the distinction. But I've talked about asylum most of the time. But humanitarian is basically refugees, asylum seekers, and other vulnerable individuals like U, T, and VAWA. So for U visa are a victim of pretty much a victim of crimes, and if they crime in the United States. So basically, if they can collaborate with the DOJ, which is the Department of Justice, they can actually get a U visa. And then the T visa is specifically for victim of human trafficking. Okay, and I do process those two as well. If you qualify, of course, I'll talk about it so you know that if you qualify or not. Okay, so sorry, let's move along. So basically, that's what they're saying. They're saying that they're gonna eliminate the time on asylum application. Remember, we have a backlog, especially with asylum cases. Some people have their hearings not until 2023. That's how far behind we are, okay? And then they say they're going to increase annual numerical limitation on U visa. I talked about it maybe to 30,000 a year. Then they say they're going to give employment authorization for asylum seekers and older individuals. They're going to enhance protection for individuals seeking T visa, U visa, and protection under VAWA. So basically, that's what they want to do with the humanitarian side of immigration. That's the summary, okay? So let's move on. One more thing I want to point out, they say they're gonna strike this alien. Remember, we have alien number when we first came here, and most people still have those alien number. They want to change the word alien to non-citizen. Okay, they want to strike it down. Aliens, really? People are aliens? But anyway, they want to change it to non-citizen, which is a good idea. And then so the initial period of authorized admission for lawful prospective immigrant. Remember, they said they're going to give you a temporary protected status. So a temporary legal status once this bill passes. And they say that it should remain valid for 6 years. And then if you pass all the background check, you can renew it as long as it's not revoked by the secretary. So moving on. Okay. Again, a lawful prospective immigrant to the lawful permanent resident if the lawful prospective immigrant subject to subsection B satisfy the eligibility requirements set forth in section this, okay, which includes passing all criminal background, national security background, and then paying all the fees. We've talked about it. It's just the requirement to actually get that temporary legal status. That's for pretty much for undocumented people. Okay. So the favorite topic, the DREAM Act, is included in this. Remember, they have this big one and they have individual bills that I've talked about. But the DREAM Act is included in the big bill, the U.S. Citizenship Act of 2021. So the DREAM Act, basically, we know what it is. Now we have Daca recipient included. And then we have, if you came here younger than 18 years old age, if you came here younger than 18 years old age on the date on which the non-citizen initially entered the United States. So you must have been in the US prior to turning 18, younger than 18. So basically prior to turning 18, you have earned a high school diploma or something similar, or you have obtained a degree from higher education, and then basically for some people you've served in the military and been discharged honorably. Demonstrate earned income for period totaling less than 3 years and not less than 55% of the time that the non-citizen has had valid employment authorization. So pretty much they're going to look at into your work history as well. So that's for the Dream Act. So the main thing for the Dream Act is you came here prior to turning 18. So all those people are going to be there, provided that they pass the background check. They're going to look at work history as well. They are going to look at education as well. Okay. Then we have Daca. We know I didn't highlight Daca because we already know what Daca entails. I've talked about Daca, I believe, at least 5 times already. So then we have the American Promise Act, which is pretty much adjusting status for certain national of certain country designated for temporary protected status or defer enforced departure. Defer enforced departure is pretty much Liberia. It's the same as temporary protected status. So this Promise Act is for TPS holders, okay? And we know if you are a TPS holder, whether your TPS has already been expired or whether you're still currently on the TPS, if this bill passes, you will earn that path to U.S. citizenship, okay? So that's the Promise Act. It's included in this bill, but it has been introduced independently as well. That's what I'm trying to say. Then we have the Agricultural Workers Adjustment Act. My friend, this one is for people in the agricultural services. They are defining it. This you have to look it up. You can Google it. They say agricultural labor or services within the meaning of the term in section 101A15 II. So basically, it's defined as the migrant and seasonal agricultural worker, without regard to whether the specific service or activity is temporary or seasonal. So whether your job is temporary or seasonal, if you work in the agriculture department as defined in this section, you can Google it, then you qualify as an agricultural worker, okay? I think that's about it. That's about all that I wanted to point out. We already know. Let me stop sharing the screen. So we already know that asylum, undocumented people, you must have been here in the US as of January 1st, 2021 to qualify if this bill passes. This, we already settled this one. Then they're gonna look at your criminal record as well. They're gonna basically check the background. And once they give you that temporary legal status, which they call prospective immigrant, so then you have to pay your taxes and pretty much abide by all the laws, so that when the time comes, you get your green card, and then 3 years later apply for U.S. citizenship. It's a long shot, but the good news is at least when you get that temporary legal status, you have your travel document, then you can move around and work and move around, pretty much go with life as you wish to go with it, okay? That was it for tonight, folks. Pretty much gave you the summary. That's really it, like in terms of summarizing it. It's a long bill. I try my best. I really wanted to focus on employment because we really have talked about family-based and humanitarian already. So I really wanted to focus on employment. That's why I had my employment-based presentation first, okay? If you're new to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe. If you're not new, welcome back. And please don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my video. This was really 30 minutes. That's a good kind of live. Please comment below. I'll go back to those comments. Don't worry. I will go back probably next week because this weekend I am done. I am signing out, and this was Bijoux Ngwanda. immigration lawyer in the DC metropolitan area. And this was US Immigration. Bye-bye, good night, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.